Şerik şerik yönden Şeyin rikbi yönden
Dajin lop tutulu Meta mebi norbu Şerik yönden ino Dajin lop tutulu Meta mebi norbu Şerik yönden ino
Kuzuzangpo to all the listeners across the country. I am Nobuzam from Kurutang Middle Secondary School. This radio program is to reach to all the children across the nation. The lesson for today is for Class 3 Mathematics on the topic Subtraction. Children, I hope you all have your self-instructional material and a pencil in front of you. Are you ready? We have learned to use base 10 block models and place value chart to represent numbers and also to add 3-digit numbers, right? So for today's lesson, we will use base 10 blocks and place value chart to subtract 3-digit numbers. Now, let us take a look at Activity 1. Please read the instruction first. It says, subtract the following 3-digit numbers using base 10 block models. To help you understand, there is an example given below. The subtraction problem in the example is 465 minus 144. To find the difference, we have to represent the two numbers using base 10 blocks. Let's represent the first number. That is 465. 465 is 4 hundreds, 6 tens, and 5 ones. So we draw 4 hundreds blocks, 6 tens blocks, and 5 ones blocks. Now let's represent the second number. That is 144. 144 is 100, 4 tens, and 4 ones. For that, we draw 1 hundredths block, 4 tens blocks, and 4 ones blocks. Now, to subtract, we have to take away the second number from the first number. So, let's move on with the ones first. We have 5 ones. From there, we take away 4 ones. How many ones do we have left? We have 1 one. Now let's take a look at the tens. We have 6 tens. From there, we take away 4 tens. How many tens do we have left now? We have 2 tens left. Let's look at the hundreds now. We have 4 hundreds. From there, we take away 100. How many hundreds do we have left now? We have 3 hundreds. So, in total, we have 3 hundreds, 2 tens, and 1 ones left. So, the difference of these two numbers would be 3 hundreds, 2 tens, 1 ones. 465 minus 144 equals to 321. Wasn't that easy? If you didn't understand properly, take a look at the pictures in the example. Having looked at the example, can you now try to subtract the numbers given below? 864 minus 621. First, represent the two numbers using base 10 blocks. Then, take away the second number from the first number and you will get your difference. Now let us move on to the second activity. Let's read the instruction for activity 2. It says, subtract the following numbers using place value chart. To help you with the activity, there is an example given below. Let's take a look at it. The subtraction problem given in the example is 342 minus 137. To find the difference, we first draw a place value chart. As the numbers that we are going to subtract are of 3 digits, we draw 3 columns for the place value chart. Then we write ones, tens, and hundreds in the place value chart from right to left. Once we have drawn the place value chart, we start placing the numbers. The first number is 342. So we place 2 in the ones place, 4 in the tens place, and 3 in the hundreds place. The second number is 137. We put 7 in the ones place, 3 in the tens place, and 1 in the hundreds place. Now let's subtract. Let's start with the ones first. Can we take away 7 from 2? No, right? 2 is smaller than 7. So what do? We have to borrow a tens from the tens place. We regroup 1 tens as ones. So we take 1 tens, regroup it to 10 ones, and we already have 2 ones in the ones column. So that gives us a total of 12 ones. Now we can take away 7 from 12. So let's do that. Take away 7 from 12 and we have 5 ones left. We write that in the ones column. Now let's take a look at the tens. We have 4 tens, but remember we regrouped 1 10. So we are only left with 3 tens. Now look at the number below. We need to take away 3 tens from 3 tens. So if you take away 3 tens from 3 tens, what do we have? We have 0 tens left. So we write that in the tens column. Now we have 3 hundreds. From the 3 hundreds, we need to take away 1 hundreds. So 3 minus 1 would be 2. So we write 2 in the hundreds column. So what do we have as our difference now? We have 2 hundreds, 0 tens, and 5 ones. So 342 minus 137 equals to 205. Did you understand? If you need to take a look at the example once again, please do so. After having looked at the example, can you try to subtract the two numbers given below using place value chart and write it in the space provided? The subtraction problem is 654 minus 328. For that, first draw the place value chart, then place the numbers and subtract one by one. Check if you need to regroup the numbers. Alright children, in today's lesson we have learned how to subtract 3-digit numbers using base 10 block models and place value chart. To check your understanding of the lesson, there is a self-check for learning task for you. The instruction says, subtract 735 minus 318 using any one of the methods given above. So, to subtract 318 from 735, you can either use base 10 block models or place value chart. And to check the answers for the two activities and for the self-check for learning task, you can look at the answers given at the end of the lesson. Just turn the page upside down to see the answers. Now that brings us to the end of today's lesson. We will continue in the next lesson. Until then, stay safe, stay clean, and keep washing your hands. Goodbye.
Sherik yenten Sheyin rikbi yenten
Dajin lop tu tulu Beta me binorbu Shiri genten ino Dajin lop tu tulu Beta me